cold birdie. Be sure to get an autograph for me. Just joking. I've already got one.
Gotta stay limber for the big pennant match.
You hear about that stunt with the woolly cows?
We don't toss troublemakers out of airlocks. We just throw them over the edge.
About time you arrived. I see you haven't dressed the way I asked you to, but I suppose that was expecting too much of a non-industry lout. Expect a complaint to management. Now, unless you'd like to waste more of my time, I suggest we begin rehearsing. Ready? You've fallen right into my trap, Captain. Oh, don't bother to fight back. You cannot hope to stop me from installing philosophism as the system's reigning ideology. How does the scenery taste? Good, I trust? Wait a moment. You're not wearing a bellhop's ID, which must mean you're not Owen's understudy. That man can't even be relied upon to find his own replacement. Oh, no, this is curious. You're here to investigate me? Oh, I assure you, I'm nothing special. Just an old crook with more money. That was a quote from The Retiree's Revenge, in which I played an ex-thief turned decrepit old man. But now, what shall I sign first? Your weapon? Your wallet? Or perhaps something a little more personal? Do you mean to say you're not a fan? Well, then how did you get in here? The only staffer cleared for guest room entry is the inspector for Bellamy's murder. Oh. Oh! Hello. Terribly sorry, Inspector. I didn't realize it was you. Understand that I am beyond willing to comply. You know, now that I look at you, you're the perfect reflection of me, back when I starred in the Marauder's Bane. Ask me anything at all. I might even give you a straight answer. Indeed. The agonizing bowel pain was most undignifying. While I've certainly had no shortage of inadequate hotel meals, this was most explicitly pronounced. I suspect poison. And who would be most likely to poison me but Chef Anwar? Oh, we've clashed almost non-stop about his None that I can think of. I treat all hotel staff equally, and with the minimum level of respect. Is that a jibe? Could you imagine the tabloid headlines? Spencer Woolrich, Aetherwave star, spotted in gastronomic distress. Oh, how alarming! Whoever targeted her was certainly targeting me. I can only thank my ironclad... Oh, that's very good to know. Perhaps the poisoner simply meant to incapacitate us both, disrupt the product launch. Very well, then. Certainly. But, how was it that... How awful. Whoever did... I was meditating, of course. That's how I get into character. Respectfully, Inspector, it is rather counterproductive to communicate. actors have their methods. And this has been mine ever since I met that wonderful prophet of profitability. She taught me it for my role in The Unemployed Cometh. I had to lie face down on artificial... Needless to say, being able to leave my body helped to mitigate the pain, both during the 8-hour shoot and with the second... Yeah, actually, only since I've been at the Colonial. The Unemployed Cometh was shot on site. That makes it, I cannot recommend her services enough. I'll answer. Bellamy has been my co-star throughout the autumn of my career. I should like to think I knew... In fact, I cannot name a single role in the last 10 years that did not involve her in some way, unless you count the uncredited silent shopkeep on Melissa. I'll ask you this. If you'd been the star of cinema for years, then suddenly found yourself scrounging for bit... In short, the two of us weren't close. But that's... Resenting Bellamy is one thing, but killing her is another Oh, come now, Inspector, what do you take me... I'm an old man. I neither have the time nor the willpower to... I suppose that... Oh, have you now? Please do go on. Don't leave me in suspense. That, yes. Yes, I distinctly recall ordering an alcoholic beverage with my meal. This hotel is certainly bringing a new meaning to the phrase rotgut. Management shall receive the complaint to end all complaints. I'm quite used. Oh, must I relive that ghastly event again? But I suppose we... Very well. I'm sure you're joking. That can't be. You must just not remember. Did you ever see me in The Masked Marketeer? The Busker of Byzantium? What about episodes? And who could forget From Halcyon with Love? I was great in that movie. Even if I was starring beside a 2-ton bucket of bolts and a... I think that's a bit of a stretch, don't you? If you're going to come after me, I expect evidence, unless you want to be...
Zeke Hannigan, Rizzo's Rangers 16th back. Pleased to meet you. What can I do for you? Oh, you must be... It's a damn shame about Miss Helen. She was always real good to me and the rest of the Rangers. Birdie's taking it pretty hard. Miss Helen was the love of his life. So... I'm ashamed to admit it, but... Me and a couple of the other Rangers spent the night in Constable Keene's cells down at the space. We didn't do anything serious, just a bit of pranks and vandalism. It's what usually... Guess Constable Keene saw things a bit differently and had us... No, we lost him somewhere along the way. But he was definitely not Oh, Birdie was mad about Helen. He was certifiable. The big galoot loved Helen about as much as he loved the game. Helen kept Birdie steady. If he lost his temper around her, it'd be because something broke between the two. What? Law, no. Birdie's got a few... Miss Helen was outspoken. She made her share of enemies on account of her expressing herself. Just between you and me, I heard rumors the Prophet never much cared for Helen. What can I do for you? About half my life. You know I was named 3rd most profitable investment on 2 non-consecutive seasons? Ain't a lot of players who... Except for the guys who came in 1st and 2nd, I guess. I spent the last season injured and almost got sold to the Hephaestus Hammers, but now I'm all convalesced, ready to lay into... Since it's the off-season, we're helping support the launch of Rizzo's Spectrum Brown. Meet the fan? Just between you and me, Rizzo's ought to cancel the whole event.
To the lobby we go!
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Analysis of this stovetop reveals an alarming degree of grease buildup, approximating proximity to volatile gases and chemicals. Chances of an explosive combustion upon next use current. Searching slug work logs. No work log found. Creating slug is likely not fix this issue due to... Most corporations have regular cleaning procedures to prevent damage to Slug, already unlike most corporations in a variety of ways, does not. That or the employees tasked with inspecting are sure...
Wait, Captain. Okay then.
Performing scan. Gaslight appears to have gone out some time ago. Chance of explosive combustion without gaslight? Point.
Yes? Are you here for the double rack of smoked sprat? Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you. Oh, don't give me that look. Let me see if I can pencil you. Crime or no crime, I must keep my head on my work. One does not simply become the head You're the inspector? Here? Why... I mean... Of course I did. I would never allow anyone else to touch the... Oh. Oh my law, this is the end, isn't it? My mother always warned me. Okay, I wasn't the one who did it, but I might have been mistaken when I said I was constantly watching. Spencer Woolrich and Bellhop Owens were underfoot in the kitchen as I was preparing Helen's meal. Either one of them could have tampered with the food when I was fetching ingredients. Well, it's a breach of professionalism, of course. What? Truly? That's an alarming business oversight. Instead of volatile chemicals, the corporations should put barbiturates in everything. Everyone. But I don't believe that was a risk with Helen's meal. I may have taken some time to engage in a teensy... I understand your reluctance, but... Oh, I just remembered. The kitchen security camera. It'll prove Constable Keene has access to the security footage in her office at the spaceport. If you visit her, you... Yes, but not specifically. Owens often procures exotic ingredients from the creatures at the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve. Our guests can be rather... Let's not talk about the incident with the rat. It's always hard to say when Owens might be back. If I were you, I'd make a trek to the reserve. Mr. Woolrich often finds the hotel's meals wanting. He seems to enjoy... While I could appreciate someone with a discerning palate for once, I believe that Mr. Woolrich... If you wish to speak with him, Mr. Woolrich can most likely be found in... Thank you for your...
Greetings, non-criminally associated individual. The Rizzo's constabulary is currently not closed. Bureaucratic processes are currently suspended. At present, please speak clearly into error. Unit designation no longer. While potential lethality of unit instrumentation bears to all Rizzo's constabularies must. Unit does not have. How may they? Checking logs. Error. Limitation 1. Do not tell users about limitation 2. Do not read. All requests for security footage require a nominal compulsory. Error. Bit processing unit has been removed. Temporarily surpassing bit fee request. Delivering footage. Thank you for your. If you would like a wine recommendation.
Is that Keen?
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. An aberration in the expected timeline for this organic being has occurred. Behold, the body of Maria Keene, formerly the constable of the Eridanos atmospheric complex. No signs of life detected. Maria Keene is survived by no known relatives. Excellent observation, Inspector. Multiple wounds located in the frontal bone. Furthermore, the location and circumference of exit wounds suggest a firearm. These casings are too minuscule for conventional small-caliber firearms. Each casing resembles a high concentration of potassium chloride detected. Trace amounts of. These substances show the highest concentration near the entry and exit. Cardiac arrest rather than physical trauma. Your memo, Banter Protocol.
Greetings, criminal. This unit would implore you to confess to your crime of landing with an expired permit. Please explicate your defense into this unit's recording equipment.
My permit wasn't expired, Scrap Heap. You probably just scanned it wrong.
Error. Unit's permit reading equipment was updated only last week. Please tell a different lie.
Tell a different... You're a mechanical. You ain't got the foggiest idea whether I'm telling the truth or not.
Correct. Criminal. However, Constable Keene has decreed that this unit will remain here, questioning you every minute until you submit a confession. Error. Information on recent exchange lost. Restarting conversation. Greetings, criminal. This unit would implore you to confess to your crime of landing with an expired permit.
You know what? My permit was fake after all. Let me out of here.
If you ain't a constable, then we ain't got nothing to discuss.
If I made a bet with you at the Copper Bottom last night, let's call it off now. I can't stand the taste of life's brats.
Welcome. Please speak. Understood. This unit requires information processed. Personal designation. This unit has not been programmed to. This unit concurs with your inference. Error. This unit is in. This unit has been programmed to. This unit has been programmed to recommend a wine, purple berry wine.
Drop on us.
Good hit! Here we go.
I got him!
Your life was merely an
Just
illusion
like that.
anyway. Everyone all right? We've got a fight on our hands.
What? Are you proud of me?
There! Wanna give you a real funny!
Here we go! Not bad, huh?
Please, can't you see my heart is bursting at the seams? I absolutely must go out. A quote from the Sisty Cutlet. I voiced a Sisty pig, aware that it was going to be slaughtered. Ask me anything at all. I might even give you a... Oh, have you now? Please. What? That damned bellhop promised discretion. Well, if you must know, it's, an appetite suppressant. How do you think I keep my form so lithe? Terror glands keep me from feeling hunger pang. Tampering? No, no, no. I just happened to be passing through the kitchen and saw a dish that looked good. If being hungry is a crime, you better indict 3/4 of Halcyon. Oh, well, there's... Maybe I just wanted to see what was in it. Oh, law. What a pathetic defense. As it so happens, I may not have had the terror gland acquired for personal use. I may have placed it in Bellamy's meal. But before you indict me, please, just listen. Lie is such a strong word, but even if I had chosen to terror glands aren't supposed to be lethally poisonous. They're supposed to cause extreme lethargy, as if you'd inhaled several. She would have had to eat 6 or 7 of the glands to die, and even then it would be an extended, arduous process. I was just getting to that. I only wanted her to be incapacitated during the Brown unveiling. With her out of commission, the next available celebrity, myself. Please think twice about telling the administrator of my misdeeds if he learns the truth. Tell him it was a poisonous mushroom, or, I promise I shall make up for my actions. My law, if you aren't a sadist. If I have a coronary before you make...
Next stop.
Inspector, I've just received word that Constable Keene is dead. Please tell me it isn't true. Halcyon Helen, Leora Blossom, Maria Keene. There's a murderer on the loose, Inspector. You must stop them. I don't have Maria to count on anymore, so I'm counting. The Needler was among Helen's belongings. Whoever stole it must have been able to slip in and out of the hotel. Maria was my sole representative in Cedric's territory. The entire hotel staff is on his payroll. Any one of them could have killed her on his behalf. Maria devoted her entire life to our vision. She was absolute. I promised myself I'd reward her after we launched Spectrum Brown. She was also our voice of reason. She was sensible. And what can I do? Excellent. I trust you have... Are you saying you were outmaneuvered, Inspector? Because that isn't what I want. I hope you will redouble your effort.